Hello, welcome everyone. In this episode, I will be reviewing for you an African violet called Buu Man. It was hybridized by Sydney Sorano and registered with the African Violet Society of America in 1996 under the registration number 8502. I grew this plant from a leaf that I ordered and received from Tropical World Nursery last year in August of 2019. Buu Man is a semi-miniature variety with black-green, plain, pointed foliage. I love the leaves on this variety. They're very thick, sturdy leaves, and they shape nicely. And they have little points kind of flowing upwards. It makes a very beautiful look on this plant. And I like the contrast between the dark leaves and the very light lavender white feathery blooms. It's a very special variety, very profuse bloomer, and very beautiful. Semi-miniatures usually grow from 6 to 8 inches in diameter of the rosette, and at this point this plant has grown up to 4.5 inches, so it's not a very large semi-miniature variety. It might grow a little larger and as it matures. As far as the pot size, right now it's growing in a 2.5 inch pot, and I think semi-miniatures do well in a 2.5 inch pot, and sometimes I can pot a semi-miniature in a 3 inch pot, but no more than that, no larger than 3 inch. This is a young plant at the end of its first blooming cycle. I removed a few spent blooms already, and it has been blooming very profusely. The flowers of Buu Man are described as semi-double and double light blue frilled pansies with white feathered top petals and variable green. I saw some green on them, and you still can see the green on the young buds. And the blue is more of a lavender blue. And overall, these are very beautiful blooms. I'm trying to see if we can focus up close here. So the size of the blooms is about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. They're not very large. Here they are in comparison to a dime coin. But there's so many of them that it really creates a beautiful bouquet. And the bloom stalks are very powerful and they stand tall. I like the firm, tall bloom stalks on African violets. They create a very pleasing look. I'm growing this plant under a combination of LED and natural light on the west facing window, and the temperatures in the growing environment range from 65 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter to 79 degrees in the summer. And the humidity is now at 55%. And normally I grow it at 50 to 70% humidity. Sometimes it drops down to 40%, but I try to manage it or maintain it in a way that it's never lower than 40. I have a video about how I maintain humidity for my African violets on my channel, so if you'd like, check it out. This plant grows on a wick, like all of my other African violets, and it receives fertilizers. Sometimes I give it Dynagrow liquid plant food at 7:95 ratio of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, and I use 1/4 teaspoon per gallon of water of this fertilizer. And sometimes I give a different fertilizer. It's called Jack's Classic all-purpose, and it has the 20-20-20 NPK ratio, and the fertilizers with equal proportions of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, the three main elements in fertilizers, are called balanced, meaning that each ratio is equal to the other ratios of three main elements: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So here it is again, a semi-miniature called Buu Man by Sydney Sorano. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay safe and be well. And if you'd like to stay tuned for my future videos, please subscribe.